Fans, friends, viewers, subscribers, guests, and volunteers, welcome all to Fort Worth, Texas, our final stop in Fort Worth, Texas, for tonight's RWL Raid. My name's Don Hickson, and joining me will be Christy Ogilvie and booking agent Myron Schimmelman. Myron, I saw what happened at Snarl the other night. I'm really sorry.
I don't want to talk about it, Don. Maybe later. I'm still not calm yet. You understand?
Evening, y'all. Myron booked a dream main event for Snarl, but Randy Savage retained the United States title. He, if you'll forgive the pun, rage quit Snarl. I found him crying in his car in the parking garage.
I was not crying, Christy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, our opening contest tonight, a Ladies Legends three-way matchup involving Wendy Richter, Miss Jackie Jacqueline Moore, and Rockin' Robin. One fall, one winner.
Babe, it's okay to cry under those conditions. No one could blame you.
I wasn't crying, Christy.
Good evening, Fort Worth, and welcome to RWL Rage. Our first match is a Ladies Legends three-way, scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Coming down the aisle first, from Dallas, Texas, here's Jacqueline Moore.
I've been hearing lots of jazz backstage, rumors flying, so I go straight to the source, Mr. Schimmelman.
Talk to me.
Any truth we're gonna see Jackie in a tag match with Women's World Champ Jeannie's Dynamite as her partner? If anyone can cut through all the BS, it had to be you.
It's not BS. That's actually gonna happen.
Next, she's from Houston, Texas. She is Wendy Richter.
Wendy Richter, with a certain place in wrestling history, albeit a dark one, rivaling the infamous Montreal Screwjob involving Bret the Hitman Hart. Only Wendy Richter's involved the Fabulous Moolah, one of the most infamous figures in women's professional wrestling at the time. But to return to the previous topic, you two, Jeannie Parker and Jacqueline Moore in a tag team. Well, Jeannie Parker idolized Jacqueline Moore growing up. Jackie is the reason Jeannie Dynamite exists today.
Opponents to be announced, match happening sometime later this month.
And from Charlotte, North Carolina, here is Robin.
I'm concerned Rockin' Robin is starting to slow down. She didn't lose, but didn't win, a three-way with Georgia Washington and Faye Crawford, and the Yankee Rose just beat her at Snarl last show. Plus this is another three-way confrontation. I don't know what's up with Robin, but a win tonight would reset the pace for her.
I don't think it's happening for Robin tonight. It's another three-way. Her odds aren't. She's much better one-on-one in single situations. This match is anyone's to win. Can't say who it's going to be.
But for the moment, let's forget the past and focus on the here and now. And we've got three Ladies Legends stars all ready to mix it up here. As Willie Johnson sounds the bell, Jacqueline Moore caught up by Wendy Richter. A snap suplex. Rockin' Robin moves in on Richter. Richter counters with a right. Sets up Robin. Robin shoves her away. A quick counter. Jacqueline Moore gets into the mix here. A series of kicks to Wendy Richter. Pitched by her hair off to the side. A rolling sweep attempt that fails by Rockin' Robin. Tagging Jacqueline in the back, but Jackie counters. Jacqueline Moore countered by Rockin' Robin. Wendy Richter looking for a place to cut into the dance here. Jacqueline Moore catches the suplex from Rockin' Robin. Wendy Richter caught up by Rockin' Robin and slammed down hard to the canvas. Jacqueline Moore has taken herself to the outside. Rockin' Robin with a gator roll on Wendy Richter. And now into a crossface. Rockin' Robin currently in control of things here as Jacqueline Moore returns to the fray. Breaking up a submission by Robin. Wendy Richter and Jacqueline Moore colluding against Rockin' Robin here. Robin taken down by Jackie. And the thanks that Wendy Richter gets is an inverted DDT from Jacqueline Moore. Miss Jackie rounded up by Wendy Richter and shoved to the outside. Wendy with a belly-to-belly suplex on Rockin' Robin. Robin counters with a jawbreaker. Quick counter by Wendy Richter. Robin whipped to the ropes. Quick counter by Rockin' Robin on Wendy. Wendy Richter whipped out to the floor. Jacqueline Moore catching it from Rockin' Robin. A fireman's carry from Jacqueline. Miss Jackie escorts Rockin' Robin towards the barricade in the corner. Tags her. Oh, an uppercut from Wendy Richter. And Wendy goes to work on Jacqueline Moore with a series of kicks. Rockin' Robin waiting for an opportunity here. Wendy Richter rounds up Rockin' Robin. Jacqueline Moore slowly getting back to her feet. Up over the shoulders of Wendy Richter, but Rockin' Robin counters into an inverted DDT. Jacqueline Moore catches a right, quickly counters Rockin' Robin. Referee Willie Johnson reduced to the role of a spectator. No countouts and no disqualifications in this three-way battle. Wendy Richter head first into the ring post, courtesy of Jacqueline. Now a single leg crab on Wendy Richter. Rockin' Robin again waiting to seize an opportunity here. Wendy Richter moves in, gets Rockin' Robin back inside the ring, brings herself in as well, goes behind on Rockin' Robin, takes her down hard, returns her attention to Jacqueline Moore, winds up the arm, takes her down, drops the leg on the arm of Jacqueline. Rockin' Robin into a fireman's carry, but quickly counters a DDT for Wendy Richter. Rockin' Robin moves in on Jackie. Jackie counters. A nice forearm, a kick, another kick, and a hard right that drives Rockin' Robin into the far corner. Jacqueline Moore putting the boots to the throat of Rockin' Robin. Robin escapes the corner. Nice hip toss. Misses with a kick to the back. Jacqueline spins Rockin' Robin around, pitches her out onto the floor as Wendy Richter returns to the ring, dumping neckbreaker to Jacqueline. Wendy Richter getting a little bit of fan support here. Rockin' Robin with a beautiful hip toss. Jacqueline Moore goes after Wendy Richter, but tags Rockin' Robin in the process. Neckbreaker to Rockin' Robin. Jackie catches it from Wendy Richter. Wendy, oh, there goes Willie Johnson, the first casualty of the evening. As a matter of note, no referees were harmed during the last edition of Snarl. A Russian leg sweep to Jacqueline, and, well, a little bit of a bow from Rockin' Robin, who is taken down by Wendy Richter. Now rallying the fans for some support here in Fort Worth. She's a hometown girl. Wendy Richter slams Rockin' Robin's head into the turnbuckle. Robin turns it around on her. Wendy turns it around on Robin again. Hard whip to the opposing corner, but whoa, Rockin' Robin just a step too quick. Wendy Richter counters and takes her down. Jacqueline Moore back in the ring, catches a kick from Wendy Richter, and another. Jacqueline counters. Running spear takes down Wendy Richter from Jacqueline. Jacqueline moves in on Rockin' Robin as Wendy Richter takes a break on the outside. A kick to the midsection from Rockin' Robin. Jacqueline Moore with a dragon screw on Rockin' Robin. Jackie quickly going for a cover. 1, 2, but only a 2. Rockin' Robin powering out of the pin. Jacqueline Moore going back to work on her. A German suplex from Jacqueline, who turns her attention to Wendy Richter. A sidewalk slam, laying out both opponents side by side. Jacqueline Moore taking control of this one. And here's a cover. But no, Rockin' Robin breaking it up before even the count of 1. Jacqueline, whoa, a beautiful counter from Jacqueline. And a wraparound DDT to Rockin' Robin as Jackie moves in on Wendy Richter. A chop. Wendy counters. Jacqueline counters. Jacqueline Moore takes down Wendy Richter with a quick jumping knee. Goes for a cover here. 1, 2, Well, Jacqueline Moore wrapping this one up neatly over Wendy Richter. Let's get the time from Aria Mitchell.
Here's the time, 8 minutes and 46 seconds, and your winner, Jacqueline Moore.
Hey, that's all right now. Miss Jackie, putting her loss at Snarl to Liberty Belle Danielle into the rear view, with a hard-fought, 3-count win on Wendy Richter, with Rockin' Robin, unable to break up the pin in time. That was a crazy one. Queen-size win for the Diva Hall of Famer. Myron, you just gotta keep us posted on this Jacqueline/Jeannie Parker tag team thing. I'm excited. Jeannie's gotta be excited. I knew you were the man at Rumor Control, Myron.
No, it's true. It's gonna happen.
All right, well, Jacqueline Moore picking up the win in this three-way matchup, and we'll be back with more RWL Rage right after the break. Ladies and gentlemen, as RWL Rage continues, Legends Division competition as a battle of super heavyweight bad boys, Superstar Billy Graham, backed by the Grand Wizard of Wrestling, facing the Human Wrecking Machine Zeus, backed by Eazy-E, Eric Bischoff.
The following contest is set for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Introducing first, accompanied by the Grand Wizard of Wrestling from Paradise Valley, Arizona, weighing 289 pounds, Superstar Billy Graham.
Okay, I got pretty excited when I saw this match was on for tonight.
I knew you would.
Two big old bow-hunk super heavyweights, both with gym bodies and bad reputations. Yes, please. Give me more of that. That Friends is wrestling the way it was meant to be. All right. I'm done clowning now. Zeus has power to spare, but he's not ring-trained to the same degree as Superstar. What else makes this one so good to me? It's a battle of two dudes you'd normally expect to maybe see working together.
His opponent, accompanied by Eric Bischoff from Detroit, Michigan, weighing 305 pounds. He's the Human Wrecking Machine, Zeus.
The Human Wrecking Machine and Eric Bischoff. Zeus making a singles appearance tonight without tag team partner the Great Khali. And what an opponent in Superstar Billy Graham.
You know, Eric Bischoff, unlike all the other managers around here who have these baseball-sized team rosters, Eric Bischoff got two clients, Zeus and the Great Khali. That's it. He works them every chance he gets. Zeus needed an opportunity this week, and I thought, well, Superstar Billy Graham, wow, that would be a great draw. I think the fans here are going to love it. I think you viewers out there are going to love it. Should be a terrific matchup.
I myself am favoring Superstar Billy Graham, but I think he's going to have to earn his pay against Zeus. Referee Charles Lucero sounds the bell. Zeus charges, ends in a back body drop right over Superstar Billy Graham. They lock up. Graham out on the apron. Zeus tags him with a right. Another. Oh no. Superstar Billy Graham counters, gets himself back inside the ring. Zeus right there. Choke slams him right to the canvas. The Human Wrecking Machine rounds up Superstar Billy Graham. Running power slam right center ring with a cover. One. Only one. Superstar Graham powers out almost immediately. Graham counters with a hard right and locks up Zeus. Zeus whipped to the ropes. Hip toss. Perfectly executed by the Superstar. Graham drives a knee into the back of Zeus's head. Measuring it and a stomp to the face. Superstar Graham, certainly no respecter of the rule book. A series of shots. Drives Zeus into the corner. Graham yanking on the arm against the ropes. Drapes the leg over the middle rope, delivers a calf kick. Superstar Graham using every inch of the ring he can find to legally utilize as a weapon. Zeus counters, escapes. Whoa! Zeus pushing with enough force to make Superstar Graham take flight. Wow. Graham with a jab winds up. Look at this. Superstar Billy Graham just hanging Zeus up by his arm. A kick to the chest. Graham rounds up Zeus. Locks him up. Drives a knee right into the gut of the human wrecking machine. Graham all the way to the top, misses with the driving knee. Zeus tags him with a leg drop. The human wrecking machine attempting to battle back against choke toss superstar Billy Graham halfway across the ring. Zeus tussles with Graham. They break up. Knee to the midsection from Zeus. Graham whipped to the ropes again. They collide. Graham misses with a shot. Graham again winds up. Look at this, just hanging him up there, allowing Zeus to catch a little hang time. Graham covers and hooks the leg. 1, 2. Only a 2 count. Zeus rounded up, another driving knee. And Superstar Graham letting Zeus have it in more ways than one. Vertical suplex from Superstar Billy Graham. The Grand Wizard watching patiently as one of his number 1 stars does what he does best. Zeus with an abdominal stretch, a scientific move from the human wrecking machine. What were the odds? Graham with a hip toss. Superstar Graham beginning to lose patience with the human wrecking machine. Delivers a stomp to the knee. Zeus back up on his feet. A running kick takes Graham down. He ran right into the boot. Zeus with a short clothesline. A short step over. A second clothesline. Almost elegant on the part of the human wrecking machine. Zeus goes to work on a down Superstar Graham. Graham back to his feet, counters with a jawbreaker, charges. Bulldog slams Zeus face first into the canvas. Graham covers. 1, 2. Again, another near fall in this mammoth confrontation between these two super heavyweights. Graham countered by Zeus. A double ear shot and a hip toss from the human wrecking machine. Into a bear hug. This is where Zeus absolutely shines. Graham finding his way out of danger here. A series of shots, and he's free of that bear hug. Zeus lances him with a kick. Graham counters with a kick to the midsection. Zeus whips to the ropes. Up and over, another back body drop, just the way we started this matchup. A hard shot to the side of the head of Zeus. Zeus quickly back up, misses again with the running kick. Graham whips him to the ropes. Another collision. This match becoming frantic and these men becoming uncoordinated. Shot into the turnbuckle and spun out towards center ring. Superstar Billy Graham up on the top turnbuckle again. Nails him right across the chest with the elbow drop, and here's a cover. 1, 2. Superstar Billy Graham definitely becoming frustrated, believing he should have put Zeus away some time ago. Zeus out on the apron. Graham countered by the human wrecking machine, makes his way back in. The knee to the midsection from Zeus. He's got Graham up over the shoulders, hangs him up across the top rope. Graham back on the canvas again. Eric Bischoff introducing a chair into the ring. And so he is the first manager to crack as far as behavior goes. Superstar Graham with a kick to the leg of Zeus. Zeus rounded up by Graham. Whipped to the ropes. Another collision. Graham losing it. A series of hard shots to Zeus. Here we go. Eric Bischoff has seen quite enough. Zeus from behind. Graham quickly counters, and so does Zeus. Graham finding himself in the corner, and Zeus yanking the arm from behind using the rope. And now a blatant choke indeed. Patience has been exhausted between these two contestants. Superstar Graham now back in trouble as Eric Bischoff cheers on the human wrecking machine. He drives an elbow into the leg of Superstar Graham. Zeus up on the top turnbuckle. Here we go. Diving headbutt, just catching Superstar Graham as he attempted to escape. So he certainly caught some of it. Double choke lift, slammed down to the canvas by Zeus. Here's a cover with a hook of the leg one. Superstar Graham, with all that ring savvy, reaching out for the bottom rope. Referee Charles Lucera seeing it. And Zeus definitely becoming piped up. Graham, with a series of jabs and a throw chop, a running clothesline takes Zeus out onto the floor. And I do believe this match is about to become personal between these two contestants. Graham snaps the leg on Zeus on the outside as the referee initiates the count. Graham with another running bulldog on Zeus. Superstar Billy Graham with a stomp to the arm. These two battling by the timekeeper's area on the outside as the referee continues to count. Graham with a kick. Has Zeus up, deciding where to deposit him, and it's against the barricade, power bombed against the barricade. Zeus certainly in trouble at the moment at the hands of Superstar Graham. Run nearly into the ring steps as Graham makes his way back inside. Referee Charles Lucera Graham restarting the count to go out after Zeus. Knee to the midsection from Zeus. Zeus locks up Graham, drives him into the ring steps. Superstar Billy Graham might regret coming back out. Running knee to Zeus from Superstar Graham. They lock up, a gouge of the eyes. Zeus driven into the barricade near the far corner on the outside. Again, Superstar Graham just bouncing Zeus off everything around. Graham quickly. Oh, a sneaky clothesline to Eric Bischoff. Graham makes his way back inside. Eric Bischoff comes in. Whoa, a kick to the midsection from Eric Bischoff. And a kick the referee. Charles Lucera calls the bell.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 9 minutes and 15 seconds, referee Charles Lucera disqualifies Zeus due to manager interference. Your winner by disqualification, Superstar Billy Graham.
In short, Graham was in the wrong for clotheslining Eric Bischoff. And Eric Bischoff was wrong for kicking Graham. Only Eric Bischoff got caught. And that's the moral of the story.
We'll be back with more RWL Rage right after this.
Hi, lovers. Memphis Millionaires Jody Borg here to tell you about the next big card in the Sweet Revenge Summer Tour. This Wednesday in El Paso, Texas. Be sure to join us here on the channel as our WL Ladies Night presents Sweet Revenge, Burning Dollhouse, and all ladies card you're gonna wanna see. So be sure you're subscribed, honeys. That's this Wednesday night, July 9th, Sweet Revenge Burning Dollhouse. Don't miss it, lovers, or we got beef.
Up next on RWL Rage, an interesting cruiserweight matchup for sure, with Japanese star Kushida facing the masked Puerto Rican sensation El Vejigante.
I thought it would make for an interesting mix.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Coming down the aisle from Tokyo, Japan, weighing 187 pounds, here is Kushida.
El Vejigante better not be snickering under his very scary mask, because despite his RWL win-loss record, Yujiro Kushida is a real one. He's got a serious mixed martial arts background. He's won MMA titles in Japan, and that's besides having wrestled for New Japan and WWE stateside. He's another one who doesn't do too hot in multi-person matches. But one-on-one, if he's having a good night, watch out. Should be an awesome cruiserweight battle, guys.
Yeah, I figured all of that you said between El Gigante's lucha libre style. Thought it would be a definite interesting mix.
It might certainly be. Well, Kushida facing El Gigante one-on-one. Without the handicap of dealing with a multi-person match, you'll get to see Kushida actually perform.
His opponent, from Loaiza, Puerto Rico, weighing 204 pounds, El Gigante.
El Gigante is starting to get some fan backing after 6 months, and an impressive series of matches. He had 2 appearances last month, picking up a win over Axiom, and losing his last match to Scotty Priest. But that match, and this masked Lucha Libre style star, were just amazing, proving that El Gigante is for sure back on the map. Wonder what he's gonna make of Kushida, because you can add to the mix. It's their first time banging heads.
Yeah, I cooked up a real beauty here, didn't I?
I love watching the cruiserweights handle their business. These guys are always amazing.
We got one of the best cruiserweight divisions anyway.
And neither of you will get any argument from me on that. Wow, that mask on El Gigante, absolutely outworldly. What a cruiserweight match on tap here. Referee Walt Rothburn sounds the bell. They come centering. El Gigante misses with the right, locks up Kushida. Up over the shoulders we go. And a beautiful driver from El Gigante. Drives a knee into the arm of Kushida. Follows it up with a knee across the chest. Look at this. Well, that did not pan out the way he planned it. Kushida exploits the mistake, a running arm breaker. And now into an armbar on El Gigante. Kushida countered with a leg sweep. El Gigante, he's feeling it. He's warming it up, and boom, what a beautiful rolling splash. A cover, 1, but only a 1. Still only about a minute into this matchup. El Gigante slammed to the canvas. Kushida out there on the apron. The showboating cost him. El Gigante slides out. The referee already started the count. Kushida rolled back inside El Gigante. In hot pursuit here. Tags Kushida with a series of kicks. Has him, crashing brainbuster from El Gigante. All the way up on the top turnbuckle. As Kushida rises to a standing position. Here we go. Whoa! An off the top turnbuckle jumping neckbreaker. There's one you don't see every day. Rebound off the ropes. And here we go. Whirlicane Rana. Kushida taking a ride here. El Gigante absolutely lit up here. He's going to go for it again. That beautiful rolling splash. The crowd in Fort Worth absolutely gone nuts for El Gigante. Nice judo-style arm drag. Well, a counter from Kushida. Trying to put out the fire on the masked Puerto Rican sensation. A bow and arrow stretch from Kushida. El Gigante counters. Both men back up on their feet, center ring. Kushida counters, delivers a kick, locks up El Gigante, hard whip to the ropes. A collision. Kushida fails to connect with a kick. Counters. El Gigante, who counters him, delivers a kick to the side of the head, rebounds off the ropes again, fails to connect with that Whirlicane Rana a second time. Catches a stomp to the arm from Kushida. And right back into the armbar. Kushida again with that MMA training, systematically working gradually on the limbs of El Gigante. El Gigante locks up Kushida. To the far corner we go. Kushida catches the shoulder to the lower back. Smashed head first into the turnbuckle. And look at this. Here we go again. Elva Gigante doing a little fancy work here. And putting the boots to Kushida in the process. Elva Gigante rebounds off the ropes. Here we go again. Another Whirlicane Rana for Kushida. Kushida rounded up again. Counters with a quick slap across the chest. Takes Elva Gigante down. But Elva Gigante counters and escapes a possible submission. They both miss with their move. They grapple. And here we go. Falling neckbreaker from Kushida. He proceeds to rain right hands on Elva Gigante. A hard kick to the lower spine. Kushida locks up Elva Gigante. Nice little package driver there. Kushida on a roll at the moment. Elva Gigante counters. A spinning kick to the side of the head of Kushida. Elva Gigante covers. 1, 2, almost a 3. Elva Gigante could sense it, but Walt Rothburn counts it as a 2. Elva Gigante up on the top turnbuckle. Here we go. Whoa, did you see that? Here's a cover. 1, 2. Again. Another near Kushida. Just getting the left shoulder up. Elva Gigante taken quickly down by Kushida. Counters with a kick. Rounds up Elva Gigante. A hard knee to the midsection. Kushida again with that beautiful package driver. Well executed, and oh, this does not look good. Kushida charges. Connects with a kick to the side of the head of Elva Gigante. Elva Gigante taken down into a submission here. Kushida, a masterful submission specialist. But Elva Gigante apparently knowing the counter move to that one. Whoa, both men miss with those moves. A kick to the midsection from Elva Gigante. And one more time, the crowd egging him on. Here we go one more time. That beautiful rolling splash from Elva Gigante. Drives a knee into the arm of Kushida. Follows up with a kick to the back. Woo! What a headbutt right there. And another. Elva Gigante regaining control of the matchup. Momentum has shifted in his favor. A driving knee across the chest of Kushida. Kushida catches a series of punches and kicks from Elva Gigante. Whoa, what a beautiful suplex from the masked Puerto Rican sensation. Rebound off the ropes. Fails to connect with the Whirlicane Rana that time. A quick kick right to the face from Kushida. And into a leg grapevine, a possible submission here. Referee Walt Rothburn checking things out, but Elva Gigante finds his way out of danger. Kushida locked up a series of knees to the midsection from Elva Gigante. Here's another cover. 1, 2, and oh, his hand should have gone down for a oh, wow. Another near fall here. Elva Gigante on the middle rope. Double axe handle takes Kushida down to the canvas. Rounds him back up again. Locks him up. Hard whip over the ropes. Onto the apron. Hung up and out onto the floor goes Kushida. As the referee starts the count again. A leg snap from Elva Gigante. Another knee driven into the arm of Kushida. Kushida gathered to his feet again. Driven into the ring steps by Elva Gigante. Elva Gigante rounds up Kushida. Kushida definitely stunned as Elva Gigante goes in, comes out, restarts the count, misses with a kick, catches the kick to the midsection. Kushida taken down to the floor again. Another judo-style arm drag. as referee Walt Rothburn starts the count all over again. Kushida rolled towards the corner barricades. Elva Gigante once again breaking the count, starting it all over again, just having fun here at the expense of Kushida. A series of shots up over the shoulders in the fireman's carry, and whoo, another driver on the mats on the floor on the outside. Elva Gigante rounds him up. Ooh, Kushida just taking around the horn here as the referee continues to count. Kushida rolled back inside the ring. Elva Gigante follows him on in. Takes himself topside here. Waiting for Kushida to stand up, I guess. No, he isn't. Elbow across the lower back of Kushida. And he's going to go for it a second time. Elva Gigante stalking Kushida like a vulture as Kushida stands up. Here we go. Beautiful crossbody off the top rope by Elva Gigante. And he's going to go for a third time around here. I don't know if that's such a great idea. Neither does he. He changes his mind. A clothesline from Kushida. A second. Kushida puts on the brakes, sweeps the leg, takes Elva Gigante down to the canvas, and one more time. The momentum shifts as Kushida turns the tables on Elva Gigante. And this match already 10 minutes into a 15-minute time limit. Kushida with pistoning right hands on the head of Elva Gigante. A hard kick to the back. Kushida makes his way to the top turnbuckle. Turns himself around and whoa, did you see that? What a beautiful move right there. Cover, 1, 2, and again another near fall in this insane cruiserweight matchup. Kushida opens up with a series of rights, misses with a chop, delivers a kick to the midsection. Elva Gigante whipped to the far corner. Kushida turns him around, slams him into the middle turnbuckle. Wow, that was smooth. Hard kick to the back. Kushida gathers Elva Gigante up again, rolls him in. Oh, here we go, center ring into that arm submission again. The referee checking it out. Oh, wait, the referee has rung the bell. This one is over. Kushida defeats Elva Gigante and does so by submission, no less.
The time was 11 minutes and 6 seconds. Your winner by way of a tap out, Kushida.
Wow. That was a really good match. And double wow. Kushida gets an upset win on Elva Gigante. And triple wow. It's a tap-out win on top of it all. I did say Kushida wasn't to be taken lightly, didn't I? Still, wasn't expecting none of that. Very, very good cruiserweight action.
Man, that was definitely a gem, Christy. I can be proud of it. Great win for Kushida, too.
All right, Kushida picking up a win and handing Elva Gigante a rare loss. More RWL Rage right after this. All right, we're closing out the first hour, fans, with an interesting Legends Division matchup involving Diamond Dallas Page, the master of the Diamond Cutter, facing the newest arrival to the MJ Ferrantino stable, Ken Kennedy.
The next match is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit. Making his way to the ring from the Jersey Shore, weighing 248 pounds, Diamond Dallas Page.
And hey, you know what? I absolutely love when we can get DDP for an RWL card. Always busy with his philanthropic things, but always a blast to see the Diamond Cutter in action.
And indeed, in one-on-one action against Mr. Kennedy, he made his return. Last edition of Snarl.
accompanied by MJ Ferrantino. From Green Bay, Wisconsin, weighing 256 pounds, Mr. Kennedy. Kennedy.
Harriet Mitchell may find a little something extra in her pay envelope courtesy of Ken Kennedy, the newest arrival to the MJ Ferrantino stable. Mr. Ferrantino has been wheeling and dealing in recent weeks, acquiring Lars Sullivan, Gene Snitsky, and most recently, Ken Kennedy.
Yeah, and now Ferrantino and Sylvia Strong are in a tug of war to see who's going to manage American Power. Wally Cardill's got a special report on it a little later.
Yes, fans look forward to that special report from Wally Cardill before the close of the first hour.
I tell you what, Donnie, I've never seen anything like it. These two managers vying for the attention of this one team. Total mishigas.
Those two ladies triple crowners would be a big catch for whichever of them ends up convincing them to sign.
Diamond Dallas Page with a whole lot of fan support here in Fort Worth. The referee sounds the bell. DDP opens up with a series of shots, and what a beautiful one-arm suplex from Diamond Dallas Page on Mr. Kennedy. DDP with a clubbing overhand right takes Ken Kennedy down to the canvas again. Another hard right spins him around. A double axe handle takes him down to the canvas again. MJ Ferrantino cheering on Mr. Kennedy, who is having a very rough go at the present time at the hands of Diamond Dallas Page. DDP with a stomp to the shoulder of Ken Kennedy. Kennedy rounded up to his feet again. A counter from Ken Kennedy. Front cradle to over the shoulder and hung up on the top rope. Down goes Diamond Dallas Page. Ken Kennedy turning things around quickly, stomping the hands and fingers of Diamond Dallas Page. Ken Kennedy not going to put up with a lot of abuse here. DDP counters him, gets back up on his feet, delivers a glancing kick, locks up Ken Kennedy, whips him over the top rope out onto the apron. Diamond Dallas Page getting into it with MJ Ferrantino. Well, Ken Kennedy hangs him up on the top rope. I've never seen the distraction work that way before. DDP with a series of shots, 4 straight punches, takes Ken Kennedy down to the canvas. Diamond Dallas Page right back in control very quickly here. Ken Kennedy catches a kick to the back. Diamond Dallas Page covers. 1, but just a 1. Ken Kennedy finding his way out of the pin. A rolling elbow to the chest from Diamond Dallas Page. DDP moves in. Ken Kennedy gets him into the far corner. Hangs up the leg over the top rope, delivers a calf kick to Diamond Dallas Page. A hard right spins DDP around. Ken Kennedy with a sleeper hold, but too close to the ropes. Referee Walt Ralphburn calling for the break. Ken Kennedy goes back to work on a downed Diamond Dallas Page. Kennedy shoved away by DDP, back up on his feet, moves in on Ken Kennedy. Diamond Dallas Page with a swing ding neckbreaker to Ken Kennedy. Kennedy struggling to make his way to a standing position. DDP charges, boom! Oh, Ken Kennedy counters the clothesline. DDP counters Kennedy, and a running DDT takes Ken Kennedy down to the mat again. DDP follows up with a stomp to the midsection, a stomp to the shoulder. And this match back and forth. The momentum shifts have been changing like tides of Hollywood romances. Ken Kennedy waiting for DDP to return to the ring after a quick reset. Kennedy with DDP head first into the far corner. Ken Kennedy with a headbutt takes DDP down to a seated position, and here we go. Ken Kennedy forgetting all about anything like a rule book, trying to choke out Diamond Dallas Page and looking for fan support for doing it. That takes chutzpah. Ken Kennedy rounds up Diamond Dallas Page, snap suplex with a cover yet. 1, 2, again another near fall. Ken Kennedy rounds up Diamond Dallas Page, locks him up. Hard Irish whip to the ropes. Oh! Kitchen sink knee to the gut from Ken Kennedy. Diamond Dallas Page laid out center ring. Ken Kennedy off the middle rope. Diving fist drop. Right to the head of Diamond Dallas Page. Kennedy gonna try it again. Waiting for Diamond Dallas Page to stand himself up. Ken Kennedy catches the shot from DDP instead. The high-risk maneuver not paying off. Kick to the midsection from Diamond Dallas Page. DDP with a running, jumping bulldog right here. And here's a cover. 1, 2. Another near fall. And wow, this match has been quite the rock. Diamond Dallas Page currently in control of Ken Kennedy as this match progresses. DDP rallying the troops here in Fort Worth. A hard kick to the back of Ken Kennedy. Diamond Dallas Page catches a kick to the midsection. Ken Kennedy takes him down with a clothesline, follows it up with a second one. Kennedy with a third clothesline in rapid succession. DDP stuck up in the far corner. Here comes Ken Kennedy, hard right hand. Kennedy with another headbutt. DDP seated in the corner, and one more time, going straight for the throat, is Mr. Kennedy. MJ Ferrantino certainly got to be proud of this most recent acquisition. Ken Kennedy catching a DDT from Diamond Dallas Page. Rolls out, comes back in after a reset, a vertical suplex to Diamond Dallas Page. Ken Kennedy steps out for whatever reason, opting to go to the top turnbuckles. DDP tags him with the right, but no good. Still, the double axe handle finds the mark. DDP quickly back on his feet. A shoulder tackle takes down Ken Kennedy. Diamond Dallas Page escorting Ken Kennedy to the far corner, head first into the turnbuckle. Diamond Dallas Page up on the middle rope, tries for the 10 punches, but Ken Kennedy says, no thank you, I'd rather not. Kennedy whips DDP to the far corner, and what's he gonna do? Headbutt again. Another stomp. Ken Kennedy once more with a blatant choke on Diamond Dallas Page in the corner. The referee insisting he break it. Ken Kennedy. Now it's his turn to rally the fans here in Fort Worth, and he's got his share. Diamond Dallas Page is laid out. Kennedy with a shot, and Diamond Dallas Page retaliates with one. And we've got ourselves a slugfest in progress between Ken Kennedy and Diamond Dallas Page. Whoa, DDP firing back. Ken Kennedy with a chop. And Kennedy countered by Diamond Dallas Page. What a battle between these two. Absolutely amazing. DDP with a kick, finally putting the period on the sentence. Ken Kennedy up on the ropes, a clothesline, both. Whoa, both of them go out to the outside. Wow. Diamond Dallas Page rounds up Ken Kennedy. Don't know where he's taking him, but he's taking his sweet time getting him there. Ken Kennedy, tired of being led around, decides to opt for elbows to the midsection of Diamond Dallas Page. Page finally rolled back into the ring. Ken Kennedy has had quite enough of the outside. A running low drop kick takes down DDP. Here's another cover. 1, 2, but only a 2 count. Diamond Dallas Page just kicking out of that one. Ken Kennedy whips DDP to the ropes, makes the ducks under a second time. Here comes DDP. Ken Kennedy with a beautiful suplex to Diamond Dallas Page, and whoa, he knocked the wind out of him for sure. Kennedy covers. 1, 2. I don't believe it. Diamond Dallas Page refusing to give up here. Ken Kennedy tags him with a right. Tags him with another that spins him around. DDP counters. A kick to the midsection. And what's Diamond Dallas Page got here? Boom! Whoa-ho! Running diamond cutter. 1, 2. Ken Kennedy just about eking up the left shoulder just in time. MJ Ferrantino pitching a fit here. Diamond Dallas Page off the top rope, elbow drop across the throat of Ken Kennedy. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. Diamond Dallas Page certainly feeling that victory is on the horizon here. Ken Kennedy unable to respond. Hard right hands right to the head of Mr. Kennedy. A stomp and another Diamond Dallas Page absolutely firing on all cylinders. A knee to the head of Ken Kennedy trying to roll out to safety, but Diamond Dallas Page waiting right there for him. Kennedy rolled back inside the ring. Diamond Dallas Page moves in after him. Kennedy rolls quickly back up onto his feet, locks up, DDP up over the shoulders, double knees to the midsection of Diamond Dallas Page. Kennedy trying to wrap this one up quick. 1, 2, but another near fall. Diamond Dallas Page catches a kick to the side of the head from Mr. Kennedy. Kennedy rounds him up. Diamond Dallas Page being escorted to the ropes by Mr. Kennedy. A chop. And here we go. Yanking the leg against that rope. Ken Kennedy locks up Diamond Dallas Page, whips him to the ropes. Back body drop for DDP. And a kick to the back of the head from Ken Kennedy. And Ken Kennedy again regaining control of this matchup over Diamond Dallas Page. Perhaps the end being near here. Kennedy, a flying punch, takes down Diamond Dallas Page. Ken Kennedy from behind, twisting the head and neck of Diamond Dallas Page, slams his head down to the canvas, follows it up with a stomp. DDP back in trouble here as Ken Kennedy starts firing back, drives a knee into the side of the head of Diamond Dallas Page. Page struggling to get up, but Ken Kennedy right there putting the boots to him. DDP counters, escapes the corner, locks up Ken Kennedy, escorts him to the ropes in turn. Kennedy whipped to the ropes. Diamond Dallas Page follows him off a rebound and a clothesline that spun Ken Kennedy around like a top. Diamond Dallas Page with a kick to the leg of Ken Kennedy, and one more time the momentum shifting in this matchup as Diamond Dallas Page looks to put the period on the sentence for sure here. Here he goes, charges, clothesline to the back of the head of Ken Kennedy. DDP quickly covers. 1, 2, and 3. What an epic battle. Diamond Dallas Page picking up the win over Ken Kennedy.
Here's the time, 11 minutes and 26 seconds. Your winner, Diamond Dallas Page.
Well now, gotta give it up for DDP. Mr. Kennedy fought back hammer and tongs all day, but DDP had just enough on the ball tonight to outlast Kennedy and snag that quick pin. Fans, that's a wrap for the first half of tonight's Rage, but don't go too far away now, cause that second half in just a couple of minutes away. Catch y'all on the other side of the break.
Fans, you've heard already about manager Sylvia Strong and Matthew J. Ferrantino's attempts to entice American powers into choosing them as a P's manager. Standing by are MJ Ferrantino and Sylvia Strong, who will each put their case before you, the fans, as to which of them is best suited to the job. Each of you will have 90 seconds. Mr. Ferrantino won the coin toss, so please begin.
Thank you, Wally. Fans, I'm not going to throw shade at Sylvia or the Stronghold. No, I respect what Sylvia Strong's done. You don't get to be our WL Manager of the Year twice if you suck at it. Sylvia's got a stable full of champions, long-reigning champions too, and the fans love her and them. So, what's with MJ Ferrantino? I'm new to the business, but I love this business with all my soul. Sylvia Strong is a wise choice. Lots of experience. As for me, well, I got lucky. I got back what Gary Hart tried to steal from me. A handful of veterans who came to me from Boyd Bradford. Today, I manage a roster that's 1/3 larger than the Stronghold. I got one championship title holder, and that's T-Dog Tomasio. I took those guys and gals and made them all stars. Again, what makes me a wise choice is flexibility. Sylvia's strict code works for her clients, but it's not for everyone. I'll sum up with, I believe Patty and Danielle would be happier with my group. Thanks for your attention.
Matthew James Ferrantino, the other MJF, as he's known round here. All right, up next, to Time Manageress of the Year, Sylvia Strong. Miss Sylvie, when you're ready.
You were WL fans. You fucking know me. If you've been fucking with RWL a long time, you know, Auntie Sylvie's been here a longest time. Ferrantino's cool. Looks to make a name for himself. But American Powers is a big name. And a big fucking asset. They need special handling. The kind I fucking got, with over 15 years of experience. The originals. The Psychedelics Gary Galaxy, Jake Blackwell, the Mexican Monolith, and Power and Beauty. Most of those names have gold attached to them, and they've kept those fucking titles. Because what Auntie Sylvie's been doing has worked for over 15 fucking years, and that's no bullshit. It's no secret that you work goddamn hard if you're in the Stronghold. Damn fucking A, right? I'm strict when I gotta be, but everyone here knows how we do shift works like a motherfucker. Patty Powers and Liberty Bell, Danielle aren't made of fucking sugar glass, for fug's sake. If they sign with me, they'll be at the top for ages. Fucking...
Well, okay, folks, there you have it. Both managers have presented their final proposals to American Powers, and we should all know pretty soon who will represent American Powers going forward. More as the story develops. Back with more Rage in a minute.